It's time for another mail day with Be the Thinker. Let's look at the various packages I received this time. We'll start in a couple of seconds. Let's check this package. Again, package from Lab 4450. They have a new branding. I'm really liking this sticker. There is also special discount for all buyers. And I got myself two things. This one is because I'm such a lazy person. When I was assembling my StealthBurner on the Voron 2.4R2, I damaged the wire, and instead of just replacing the wire, I decided to buy the full harness. And this includes the how it goes like this. This includes the LED that goes in the logo and the two LEDs that go on the sides of the hot end to, see what you're actually printing. Yeah, I'm that lazy. I just couldn't be bothered to soldering any more of those LEDs and replacing cables, so I decided to go with this one. I do have connectors and cables, tools, everything ready. And then I also bought this one, which is already obsolete. Actually, it's not obsolete. I'm already prepared for the version 2. This is Binky. I think it's called Binky. This is the sensor for the ERCF for detecting filament movement in the block where the filament is passing to see if it's passing or not. This is Binky version, I don't know, 1.0.4, something like that. And this is used, of course, for the crimping. I wanted to replace this on my Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder version 1.1, but in the meantime version 2 was released, so I'm now stuck thinking, should I upgrade my version 1 to version 2? Should I increase or decrease number of filament slots? I currently have 6 of them. So yeah, this is something that was ordered actually last year, a couple of days before the new year, and it was shipped in the first week of January, and it just arrived. So let's check the web listing on the Lab 4450. Again, two components from Lab 4450. First one is ERCF Binky. Binky is actually replacement for the previous version of the filament detection. This detector is located inside the filament path in the carriage of the ERCF or Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder. This is used so that the ERCF can detect if the filament is moving and what is the movement of the filament overall, so it knows if it reached or not the hot end. It is calculating the movement of the filament, and based on that, the length of the filament, etc., etc. This is the new upgraded version, and I bought it to replace it inside my ERCF version 1.1. This was ordered around the end of December. I think I ordered it on the 29th or 28th of December 2023, and I just received it a couple of days ago. In the meantime, the new version of ERCF version 2 was released. My current MMU or ERCF version 1.1 is for 6 filaments. I never ever used it with 6 filaments, so I'm considering to build or rebuild or do another build of the ERCF, this time with version 2. I'm still not sure if I would go with the 4 filaments because I found that enough for all of my prints, or should I go with the 8 filament version. That one is just too big and I'm not sure if I will ever need it in the future. But then again, maybe if I'm building a new device, I should upgrade to the 8 filament version. So as I said, this one is upgraded and it should fix issues that a lot of people had with the previous version of the sensor, that was miscounting the steps or not detecting the steps or detecting them wrongly. So this should be better and improved version. Plus also I've ordered RGBW, that means that this is red, green, blue and also white LED combo. It should have a pure white, which is not something commonly found on just RGB or RGB LEDs, and this one is used for the StealthBurner. You have option of buying just the LEDs or the full kit. The full kit is almost 3 times as expensive as the LEDs themselves, but in my opinion, since I'm just currently too lazy to solder any wires, I've decided to go with the full kit. Let's check the next item. Let's see what this is. I know what this is, but nice. They have couple of devices. I know what this one is, no this and this one, but I don't know what this and these are. Nevertheless, let's open the box. And yeah, I don't think there is a battery inside. Nope. 3 AAA batteries. Those I have. This rotates 180 degrees. And this is a light sensor. Nice. So yeah, this is a digital light meter. I wish I knew this company had more of these devices, then I would buy the other device also from them, which still I may throw the money and buy them from this company. I just would love to have same devices, but yeah, so I've got the sound meter. This is the sound meter. It measures the decibels. Nice light screen. And this one here is light meter. So when in future I buy LED strips or get LEDs, for example, I've got currently one, I think it's from ZemiSmart, the Matter LED bulb, smart bulb. So I will test it also with this to see the intensity or the brightness of the light. And I also have these here to test whatever I need to test with sound. So for example, some of you have been complaining that the valves, TRV valves, are not silent. I will measure the decibels of the sound, so in future I can make better reviews of the devices. Actually, don't be lazy. Before we do that, I have 3 rechargeable IKEA batteries. They are not two. One of them is charged. 2, I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So it has a lux FC. I don't know what unit is FC, but I'm no expert. And this is to record the maximum value. It will not go below the value it has registered. Minimum value, maximum value, nice. I'm not sure how well calibrated either of these devices is, but since I will be doing measurements, whatever I do will be calibrated based on this device, or the results will be based on the calibration of this device. So if something is, for example, louder or brighter, it will be also louder and brighter than the other devices tested with these devices. No, nice. Let's check the web listing. Yeah, this is the illuminance or lux sensor I bought, or instrument I bought. I wanted just to have one in case I'm doing a review of the light to see what is the illuminance or lux values it is providing. So I got this one. Unfortunately, I couple of weeks before that bought also noise detection sensor or decibel sensor. I didn't know that the same company is actually building all of the tools that you need to measure things, such as, for example, the pH value, the wood humidity sensor, then you have wind sensor plus the noise sensor. So those are not the same brands, but for this one I bought this Hubotest HT620, but the L version. I don't know what is the difference between the L version and the non-L version, but I bought the L version. As I said, I will be using it in the future whenever I'm testing any LED to see if and what is the value there, but also it can be used combined with the illuminance sensor you have, for example, in the Akara sensors or other motion sensors or torque sensors or whatever sensor you have, to check the values, how they correlate to the sensor itself. So I've tested it, but not actually tested it. I've used it, but not actually tested any device. It is working. You can see the difference between the light levels. You can have a max reading where the counter will rise as much as it can, and it will hold the maximum value, so it is keeping that max value. There is also possibility to do the minimum value, also recording average value. It's a nice, not that expensive tool, so I'm really liking it. We will see how it will behave in the future. I bought it from the Hubost brand store, and as you can see,
They also have a bunch of other different sensors, measuring devices, etc. The link, of course, to this item and all the other items will be in the video description.
Okay, let's see what's here. Ooh, nice. Digital sound level meter. Measuring range 30 to 130 decibels. Accuracy plus minus 1.5 dB. Digit and resolution 4 digit and 01 dB. Frequency response, sampling rate, automatic backlight, maximum and minimum hold, low battery indicator, auto power off. And shoot, 9 volt battery operation. I don't have 9 volt battery. I can spare 9 volt. Ah, shoot, I cannot test it right now. And I bought it because I get so many questions about the valves. Are they loud or not? For example, Sonoff valve, TRV valve that I received, I really cannot hear anything, but some people complained that it's too loud. I will be testing all the valves I have with this measure, and then it's up to you to decide if something is loud or not. You get the manual that probably says that you have to insert the battery. Oh yeah, it does. And low battery indicator measuring value, probably this one here, maximum value icon, minimum value icon, and measuring unit, which is always the same. Okay, well, let's check the web listing.
This is the listing for the sound meter that I bought. The price is 15 euros and 6 cents with a free shipping service. I'm not sure how well calibrated this device is or not, but I've tested it with the music, I've tested it with the speech in the room, I tested it with some other devices. If it can measure the sound level, it does measure the sound level, but I'm not sure how well or how accurate this device is. I bought it from the G4 store, but also remember I just said that the previous item also has the same device available. If you are looking for the similar device, you can go to Habbo's brand store, and then you can find digital sound level meter from that other company too. But again, this is the item that I bought, so in the future you'll be also seeing me doing a testing of the decibels for each of the devices that I'm testing. Of course, not for the devices that are silent.
Let's see what this one is. Actually, I have no idea. It does say Elcro. Give me a second to open it up. Oh, I do know what this is. This is ZigStar Gateway. The latest version of ZigStar Gateway. This one has Ethernet cable. It can be powered over Ethernet. It has USB-C for power. You have here button, 3 lights here. Yeah, I didn't order this one. I got this one for testing review, so you may expect to see a video on it. I'm really looking forward to play with this one. Another gateway on my desk. Let's check the web listing and we'll talk a little bit more when we check the web listing.
This actually is very interesting device, but unfortunately I still haven't had enough time to play with it and test all the functionality. What it is, this is the Zigbee coordinator that you can hook up either to the Home Assistant via the ZHA or Zigbee to MQTT. And it's packing all the nice features inside. You can even run it as a Bluetooth proxy, although there is a catch there, so I wouldn't recommend it. I will be doing a full or much deeper review about this device in a separate video, so for now let's just look at the basic information, where you can get it, what is the price, etc. So what it has actually, it has an Ethernet port, USB-C port, where you can use either USB-C to power it or to hook it up directly to Home Assistant machine and use it as a USB stick, which it actually isn't. Ethernet can be used to connect it, but also it's a PoE device, meaning that you can power it and also hook it up to your network or to your Home Assistant via the Ethernet port. It has external antenna, one button that can be used for reset or various other things. And inside we have a couple of things. Inside it packs 2652P7. As far as I know, this is a Texas Instrument driver, and I prefer Texas Instruments still, although some people say and some functionality is only available in Silicon Labs, but as I said, I prefer myself the Texas Instrument chips. The advantage of this newer Texas Instruments chip is that now it supports up to 300 Zigbee devices. As far as I remember, my CC2652RB from the Slash can only support up to 200 devices, 100 devices directly attached to coordinator and the other 100 devices attached through the routers on the network. There are also pinouts available on the board that you can use to attach various other sensors. It also runs ESP32, and that makes it different because the device itself also has a web interface. You can go there, you can play with it there, and there are a lot of options and things you can do with this device. I did mention that this device can also run as a Bluetooth proxy, but there is a warning in documentation saying that if you run ESP Home with Bluetooth proxy on it, plus Zigbee, which is considered to be a mixed device or hybrid device, you have to use it at your own risk, and you may have issues because Zigbee and Bluetooth can clash and you can have an interference on the network. But that's also possible to do with this device. I wouldn't recommend that you buy this device just to be Bluetooth proxy because it's simply too expensive. And while we are already talking about the price of this device is $52.30. You can buy it directly from the author, you can go to Tindy and buy it, but also it is available to the Electron store. I hope to have video review of this device in a couple of weeks. Let's check the last package.
Let's open this up. Seed Studio. Check it. ESP32S3 Sense Kit. Nice. And this is Seed Studio round display for Xiao. Ooh, this is awesome. This is where the battery goes. That should keep everything in memory. This is for the charger for the battery. This is for the Xiao board. And this is a very nice round display. There's a button here. Oh, it's a switch. Ooh, this really looks awesome. Still no idea what I'll do with it, but this really is awesome. And let's open the bag here. So this is, as we've already said, ESP32S3. And this is the Sense module. It should be camera. Let's open it up. This goes like this. And here we have camera. Nice. Let's check the web listing.
This is again one of those products from the Seed Studio that are really excellent, but I have zero idea what I would use it for in a smart home. It is actually advertised as a smart home wearable, and I do believe that at the end it could potentially be used in a smart home, but I'm not really sure on how many people at the end would use it. There are a couple of reasons. Again, one of the reasons for this is the screen. This screen is supported, for example, in the ESP Home, but it's very hard to program this screen. There are examples for this device that make it easier to control than, for example, the screen from the previous device I've shown, and that is the sense gap indicator, but still, yeah. I would call this device a universal hat with a touch screen. On the back side, you have switch for on and off. There is a connector for the battery, and the battery can be used then to charge and also run this device. And of course, you have pins or headers that you can use to connect the ESP32C3, for example, and power this display. Since this device has a runtime clock, you can also use the CR927 battery and power the real-time clock, which can then run and keep the date and time even when the main battery is depleted. And this is more or less how this device looks after everything has been hooked up. The price of the round display for Xiao is $18. which I think is really cheap device for the display of this quality. And the 1.28-inch round screen is really great. It only has 240 by 240 resolution, but all the images I've tested on this device were really awesome. But let's save that information for my review, because besides this device, I also received this device in the same kit. No, actually not this device, this one has a printed case, but that's this one here. It's a Xiao ESP32S3 Sense module. Sense module means that it arrives also with attached or included camera. This is a very tiny device. But again, I'm not sure for what exactly would I use it with Home Assistant. I believe that while this device can be used for the machine learning or some simple AI stuff, you're better off to using higher end engines for doing any machine learning and offloading that to the server. Again, I'm not saying that this device is bad, I'm simply not sure for what would I use this specific scenario or this specific device in my Home Assistant or in my setup, even as a crazy idea. Especially if you consider that this device arrived in a kit with a display, where actually the camera would be pointing on the back side or looking away from the screen. So yeah, I wasn't sure what was the intention here of the Steed Studio. Again, this is a very powerful device. Nobody says that you have to use the camera here, but then again, you have option to go just for the ESP32S3 board, which only costs $7.49 instead of buying the Sense one with the camera included. And I do have a couple of those boards and I'm using it for a couple of projects, and those are really awesome devices. I just hope that one day, for example, somebody would create a hat module for this board so that we can use this simple, small, but also not expensive device to control our RGB LEDs. And this is it for this mail day video. I know that again it was all over the place, but it had a mix of the new devices that just received a couple of days ago, but also devices that I received more than 6 or 8 months or last summer. I hope that you did find something useful. For example, those measuring devices, either for the sound or light, are really awesome. And again, if you are trying to build or improve your Vorons or any other DIY printer, don't forget to check the Lab 4450. And actually, no, they are not sponsors or they don't sponsor me, and the items that arrived are items that I bought. But I simply like the company, and that's my way of saying thanks to them. So if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. But also you can leave comments down in the comment section below if you did like something or if you did find some other gem and want to point us in that direction. Plus, before I end up the video, I want to thank all those wonderful people that are supporting me and that have become YouTube channel members. Thank you all for all of your support. But let's not forget each and every one of you who has watched, liked, subscribed or commented on my videos. If you too want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button down below and becoming a YouTube channel member for only €2 or $2 per month. Or you can go to my merchandise store and get something there. The last option, of course, is to do super thanks, and I will be super thankful for that. I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun.